Today, I want to share a list of 10 books that can help us to teach small children to be kind, have empathy, and learning a little bit more about social skills and dealing with emotional regulation. The first one is Should I Share My Ice Cream by Mo Willems. This book is about the elephant Gerald, who struggles with whether or not he should share his ice cream with his best friend Piggy. The little readers, and the big ones too, can relate to the struggles of wanting to keep something all to themselves. The highlight for this book, in my opinion, is that it teaches children how to manage their emotions and make better decisions when faced with difficult situations. And also, it validates the feelings of not wanting to share sometimes. Then we have I Love My New Toy, also by Mo Willems. In this book, Pig is so excited to show Gerald her new toy, but it accidentally breaks while they're playing with it, causing a lot of emotions. And this story encourages children to consider how their actions impact others and to be thoughtful of others' feelings. I am not going to give spoilers, but the end is the best. The next one is My Friend is Sad by Mo Willems. In this book, Gerald is feeling sad, and Piggy does her best to make him feel better. Reading this book can help children to develop better social skills, including empathy, active listening, and conflict resolution. And then, last from Mo Willems, Can I Play Too? In this book, Piggy and Gerald are playing catch together, and the snake wants to participate and join, but the snake has no arms and legs, and Piggy and Gerald do their best to make Brian to feel included in the game. To be honest, from all our books, this one is one of my favorites. It emphasizes the importance of being inclusive and making room for others to join, even if they are a little bit different. It's Okay to Make Mistakes by Todd Parr. I decided to put this book in the list because although it's not a book about kindness, this book teaches how to be kind to ourselves. And I don't know if your children are like this, but Jay's a super perfectionist. He doesn't accept any kind of mistakes. He suffers a lot because of this. He's not being kind to himself. And this book helps with dealing with this kind of emotions. It teaches resilience, creativity, and helps with self-esteem. It encourages children to embrace their mistakes and view them as an opportunity for learning and growth. If Animals Try to Be Kind by Anne Whitford Poe, pictures by David Walker. This book has amazing illustrations and it imagines how different animals might show kindness. The story encourages children to think about how they can be kind and considerate towards others, even those who are different from them. It emphasizes that everyone has something unique to offer and kindness can be shown in many different ways. The Invisible Boy by Trudy Ludwig, illustrated by Patrice Barton. And for me, this book is so relatable that it's even cringe. This is exactly how I felt when I was a kid. And it's a story about a boy who feels invisible because he's always left out of activities and games. But with the help of a new classmate, the protagonist is able to break out of his shell and feel visible again. And this book tackles the important issue of social isolation and how it affects children. It shows how even the quietest, most overlooked child can have talents and strengths that is worth to be recognized. The Kindness Book by Todd Parr. And this book is about different ways we can show kindness to others, from being polite to sharing with others. I love how Todd Parr communicates with children because the language is really simple and easy to follow. But in this book in particular, has a specific page that it was a bit confusing. In this page, it shows that kindness is not hurting someone's feeling.
Kindness is not hurting someone's feeling.
And for Jay, he thought that saying to others that your hair looks funny is a good thing because the boys got happy and they're laughing. And Jay has echolalia, so he repeats some phrases out of context several times. And he started to repeat non-stop.
Your hair looks funny. Your hair looks funny. Your hair looks funny.
And every time you read this book, he starts repeating again. Actually, he repeats without really knowing the meaning. But anyway, I love this book, just this page that I don't think it's a good example. The Way Back Home by Oliver Jeffers. And it is about a boy who gets stranded on the moon and meets an alien who is also stranded in there. Together, they try to find a way back home. It teaches problem solving, imagination, emotional development. And also, it encourages children to think creatively and to find solutions to problems. The thing that I didn't like about this book was the font. Some of them are so hard to read. The size is not good and some colors are worse. Some of them are really hard to read. And the last one, Can I Play Too? By Samantha Cotterill. And it has the same name as Mo Willems' book, but the context is totally different. It's about two boys who learn to play together. Of all the lists, this book is the one that I least like. Jay has a problem with images of other children with big emotions, and this book shows a lot of emotions. I mean, it is a great book to work with that, but for now he's not ready. I plan to introduce it again later. One thing that I didn't like about this book was the page about the cards. These are basically traffic signs for friends. It's saying that if the friend is happy, the child can say, this is fun, but not always fun for both. Sometimes they are not both in the same level of mood, and I don't need to be happy because others are happy. As a former people pleaser, I really want to avoid this kind of feeling. Thank you very much for watching, and if you think it was helpful, please don't forget to thumbs up. Bye!